The selfless profession of caregiving is very important, but more than 3/4 of those providing care say the decision set them back on a variety of fronts. That's according to Fidelity Investments' recent American Caregiver study.
And joining us live to talk more about the findings in the study is Senior Vice President of Life Events at Fidelity Investments, Stacy Watson. Good morning, Stacy.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Well, Stacy, what did the study reveal about the impact events of the past year that they have had on caregivers?
Caregiving has always required a big time commitment, but the past year increased that dramatically. Just listen to these stats. Caregivers for adults spent nearly 30 hours a week, and for children, over 60 hours. Most people say it's something they want to do despite the challenges, but the added hours and the pandemic overall just really amped up their stress. And so as a result, nearly 80% say the decision to caregive set them back on multiple fronts like finances, career, social life, and even their mental health.
And you did mention some of those challenges. Can we elaborate on that? What are some challenges caregiving can have on one's career, and any suggestions on how to possibly improve the situation?
It's really hard to find balance, and many people decide to take a career break. And yet, of those who do, over half said they were out longer than they expected. And then when they returned to work, they took a 40% pay cut on average. Plus, you have these hidden costs like missed promotion or a lost opportunity to contribute to your retirement savings. But the good news is that many employers now offer caregiving benefits like greater flexibility or financial or emotional support. Most people are hesitant to ask, but many who did found that their employer was willing to make accommodations. And so you may have more options than you think.
And Stacy, how can someone becoming a caregiver better prepare themselves, and how can creating a caregiving roadmap make a difference?
Putting a plan in place can make a huge difference. Those who created a caregiving roadmap found the experience far less stressful. They felt better prepared to handle the unexpected. They had a stronger support system in place, and ultimately a more joyful experience. And planning doesn't have to take a ton of time. There are a lot of online resources. And at fidelity.com/caregiving, we have a new calculator to help people understand the financial impact of leaving the workforce so that they can make a good decision and feel confident.
And Stacy, what additional suggestions can help caregivers lessen some of the stress they are encountering?
Well, caregivers had 3 pieces of advice. Number 1, find emotional support. It can be an extremely rewarding experience, but a good support system is critical. Number 2, make time for self-care. I know from my own experience when my dad was ill, how hard that can be to make a priority, but that consistent bit of self-care can really prevent feeling overwhelmed or burnt out. And then finally, don't take it all on yourself. Involve your family in the planning, including someone to serve as a backup when you need a break.
Some good tips there. And right before we leave, Stacy, what's that website where people can go and get more information?
You can find checklists, tools, and all kinds of resources at fidelity.com/caregiving.
All right. Well, Stacy, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And we will have this interview over on our website, ciproud.com.